welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into 2 explosive weeks on The Bold and the Beautiful, a journey across Italy filled with sun-drenched romance, a proposal at sea, a near-fatal accident, and the heartbreaking collapse of dreams. From Brooke's terrifying ordeal on the water to Ridge's defining moment of love, and Nick's final downfall, the drama is intensifying. So, buckle up, because these spoilers will change everything. Let's begin. As the week of July 28 begins, Taylor Hayes is putting on a brave face. But underneath the surface, she's unraveling. She's done what she could to protect her relationship with Ridge. She confronted Brooke, made her intentions clear, and even tried to paint a picture of a future that only includes her and Ridge. On paper, it looked like she had the upper hand. Ridge had chosen her, or so she thought. But deep down, Taylor knows better. She knows Ridge's heart is a battlefield, and history has a way of repeating itself. Brooke Logan is not a rival easily defeated, and Taylor has seen far too many times how Ridge gets pulled back into that old flame. This trip to Italy, to the beauty of Naples and the passion of Capri, was supposed to be a celebration, a fresh chapter. But for Taylor, it feels like a trap, like the setting for another heartbreak. And then, Eric Forrester enters the picture. The patriarch, wise and quietly powerful, senses something Ridge hasn't fully accepted. His heart still belongs to Brooke. And Eric? He's not staying silent. He offers gentle reminders, subtle nudges, reminding Ridge of the history, the love, the legacy he shares with Brooke. Taylor sees it all happening, and her worst fear is starting to take shape. This trip isn't just a vacation, it's the beginning of the end. Under the golden sun of Naples, something shifts. The laughter, the glances, the way Ridge looks at Brooke when he thinks no one is watching, it's all coming back. Years of passion, betrayal, redemption, all boiling beneath the surface like waves crashing against the cliffs of the Amalfi Coast. Ridge and Brooke find themselves alone together more and more often. Stolen conversations turn into shared smiles. Lingering eye contact becomes physical closeness. And in those quiet moments, the old connection between them roars back to life like a flame reignited. Eric, ever the matchmaker in disguise, watches from the sidelines. His words linger in Ridge's mind, pushing him to reconsider everything he thought he wanted. Meanwhile, another player is stepping onto the board, Nick Marone. Nick isn't blind to what's happening, and he's not backing down. In fact, it emboldens him. He's suave, confident, and full of determination. He's not just here for a vacation, he's here to win. And he has a plan, one that ends with Brooke wearing his ring, a surprise proposal. It's bold, risky, but Nick believes it's his last shot at rewriting history, and he's willing to gamble everything. Yet while Nick is planning his moment, Ridge and Brooke are preparing to sail off together, quite literally. A boat ride to Capri, just the two of them. And as the sun sets over the Italian horizon, a storm is beginning to brew. One that no one is prepared for. Nick isn't giving up. Not yet. Fueled by adrenaline and desperation, he makes a bold move of his own. He secures another boat, one that will follow Brooke's journey to Capri. One that will give him the chance to steal her away from Ridge. If only for a moment. He envisions it perfectly. The quiet lull of the waves, the soft breeze of the Mediterranean, the perfect setting for a life-altering proposal. Just the two of them. No Ridge, no distractions. Nick is ready to ask the one question that's been lingering for years, but fate has other plans. Because while Nick is chasing his perfect moment, Brooke is about to be thrust into a nightmare. The calm sea turns dangerous. The serenity shatters in an instant. According to the shocking spoilers, Brooke suffers a horrifying accident. One wrong step, a slip, a scream, and suddenly, she's overboard, struggling in the cold water, helpless. And who's there to witness it all? Ridge, frozen at first, then overcome by instinct. In a moment of pure emotion, he leaps into the water, not as a hero, but as a man desperately trying to save the love of his life. The proposal Nick had planned vanishes with the tide, because now it's not about promises or future plans, it's about survival, and a bond that may have just proven it can survive anything. It was meant to be a magical escape, a romantic sail through the crystal waters of Capri. But what began as a peaceful voyage between Ridge and Brooke soon spirals into chaos and nearly ends in tragedy. The mood on the boat had already turned tense. Ridge, torn between passion and jealousy, couldn't shake the image of Nick circling nearby like a shark. The competition was becoming unbearable, and Ridge was watching Brooke too closely, waiting for any sign that she might waver. Then it happens. A moment of distraction. A sudden lurch. Brooke stumbles, cries out, and in the blink of an eye, she's gone. She falls into the water with a splash that shatters the silence of the Italian Sea. 1 second she's there. The next, she's vanished beneath the surface. Panic explodes. Crew members scream. Ridge rushes to the edge of the boat, scanning the waves in horror. Time stands still, and in that one breathless moment, everything changes. Without a second thought, Ridge dives headfirst into the ocean. The man who spent decades torn between two women finally acts with absolute clarity. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't weigh the risks. Because in that instant, there is no choice. Brooke is in danger, and Ridge will risk his life to save hers. As he swims through the churning sea, desperate to reach her, it becomes clear. This isn't just a rescue. This is a revelation. It's a moment that mirrors every heartbreak, every reunion, every vow they've ever made. And when Ridge pulls Brooke from the water, gasping and clinging to him, it's not just her life that's saved, it's the love they both tried to bury, now brought roaring back to the surface. In the days that follow the accident, everything shifts. Brooke is safe, thanks to Ridge. But more than that, something inside Ridge has changed. The near loss has shattered the walls around his heart. All the indecision, the tug of war between past and present, it all dissolves. He's no longer the conflicted man torn between Brooke and Taylor, because now he knows, with certainty, it's Brooke. It's always been Brooke. For Ridge, saving her wasn't just an act of heroism. It was a wake-up call. In her eyes, he saw not only the woman he rescued, but the woman he wants beside him for the rest of his life. He recalls Eric's words about missed flights and second chances. He remembers the history, the pain, the passion. And he realizes he can't keep denying what's in his heart. So Ridge makes his choice, publicly, irrevocably. He chooses Brooke. And while their embrace may feel like the perfect ending to a love story years in the making, it comes at a heavy cost, because every decision leaves someone behind. And two hearts are about to break. For Nick Marone, it's a crushing blow. His proposal, the one he planned with such precision and hope, never even made it out of his pocket. He was too late, too outplayed, and now all he can do is watch as Brooke clings to Ridge, the man she's always returned to. It's not just a romantic loss for Nick, it's the death of a dream he'd been nurturing since the moment he saw Brooke again, one he believed could overwrite the past. But now, standing alone on the dock, Nick realizes the truth. Some stories don't get rewritten, they just end. But if Nick is heartbroken, Taylor is furious. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. Ridge promised her a future. He looked her in the eye and said he was done chasing ghosts. And yet, here he is, right back in Brooke's arms. For Taylor, this isn't just another disappointment. It's betrayal, raw, cruel, and humiliating. She gave Ridge everything, her trust, her heart, her belief that finally she was the one he wanted. And now that belief has been shattered. Sources suggest Taylor won't stay quiet. She's preparing for a confrontation, one that could erupt into an emotional explosion. Will she demand answers? Will she unleash years of repressed anger? Or will she walk away from Ridge forever, choosing dignity over drama? Either way, Taylor is done playing the supportive ex. This time, she's ready to speak her truth, and the fallout could shake the Forrester family to its core. While passion and heartbreak collide on the Italian coastline, a different kind of storm is brewing back in Los Angeles. One not driven by love, but by lies. John Finn Finnegan can't shake it. The miracle recovery of Liam Spencer was too sudden, too perfect. One moment, he was facing a devastating diagnosis, a tumor that should have required intensive treatment and a long road to recovery. And the next, it was as if it had never existed. All thanks to Dr. Grace Buckingham, or so she claims. But Finn, a man of science and integrity, is seeing red flags everywhere. The more he replays the events in his mind, the more questions emerge. The scans, the procedures, the rushed announcements of success, they don't align with what he knows as a practicing doctor. And something else doesn't sit right. Grace has been evasive, defensive, almost too eager to accept praise for something that should still be under review. Finn's instincts are screaming. This isn't just a questionable diagnosis. It might be fraud. With Steffi Forrester now out of town, having taken the children away for a much-needed break, Finn suddenly finds himself alone in LA, with no distractions and no excuses. It's time to dig deeper. He begins reviewing Liam's original test results, but they're incomplete. He reaches out to medical colleagues and encounters silence, hesitation, even warnings. And that only confirms it. Someone is covering something up. Was there ever a tumor at all? Was Grace trying to boost her reputation? Or worse, funnel money through a fake treatment? And if Liam was never sick, who's the real victim in all this? Finn becomes obsessed. Every thread he pulls reveals another inconsistency, a missing signature, a forged file, an altered report. And behind it all, Grace, smiling in public, but increasingly nervous behind closed doors. If Finn's suspicions are right, this could shake the entire medical community and ruin lives, not just Grace's, but Liam's, Steffi's, even his own. Because taking on a respected doctor in Beverly Hills, one with political connections and media influence, is a dangerous game. But Finn doesn't care. He's not doing this for credit. He's doing it for the truth. And if the truth means blowing up Grace Buckingham's carefully crafted empire, so be it. This isn't just a medical mystery anymore. It's a ticking time bomb. And the countdown has already begun.
So much is happening, and so much more is on the way. From proposals gone wrong to rescues that reignite old flames, betrayals, heartbreaks, and one stormy confession after another, The Bold and the Beautiful is firing on all cylinders. Will Brooke finally get the future she's always wanted? Will Ridge stay true to his decision or fall back into old patterns? And what secrets will Finn uncover as he tears into Grace's medical mystery? Drop your theories in the comments below, because this story is only just beginning. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all your latest B&B breakdowns. And remember, in the world of the Forresters, love may float, but it can also drown. Until next time.